and you do something you love, that's all that matters. Well, that's not ever gonna happen for me.
Okay, so if you're somebody who's like, I don't know what kind of job I want, I just want something that's gonna pay the bills and not suck, you need to watch this video. Hi, I'm Erin. I give career advice to over 5 million people on the internet, and I have seen this a time or two. No, really, especially if you're in your early 20s. Like, this is the vibe of your early 20s. So here's my advice. Also, if you don't actually want advice on this and you're just happy as you are, you can just keep scrolling because I'm not trying to argue. I've seen this, guys, so many times. The pipeline of I'm just gonna get a lazy girl job to burnout is like, anyway, reframe this less as like, I need to get my dream job because that's what everybody tells me to do, and switch it to, wow, I have the ability to be able to choose my career. Because that is a privilege not afforded to everybody on earth. Even in America, people just have to do what's in their town and what's available to them. And the fact that you can even choose your career and go to college, bestie, that's so cool. Get excited about it. Number 2, don't think about finding a job that you love. Just think about finding something that you're passionate about. Because like a life without passion is just a very sad thing. So just don't focus on finding the dream job. You're not gonna like your job in your 20s. You might not even like your job in your 30s. Just try to figure out, like, what are you passionate about? Like, what's an impact that you like to make on the world? How would you like to leave the world a better place? Animals, the environment, whatever it is, figure it out. And number 3, do something. This creator sounds like she's doing this right. You gotta do something. You can't just sit around in your room on your laptop Googling jobs that don't suck and pay a lot of money. It's just, you just gotta get out of your house. Go drive Uber, be a bartender, go hike something. Just like go do something. Because you can 100% get a job that is just normal, doesn't suck, pays the bills. People do it all the time. But please, besties, don't live a life without passion. You gotta have things in your life that you care about. And it doesn't have to be your job. It's just what you do for work is gonna take up a lot of your waking hours. And so if you can find a job that you like, that you're passionate about, it just makes life a lot more fun.
I've never been rejected from a job so fast.
Okay, so if you are looking for a new job right now and you're really struggling, hi, I'm Erin. I help millions of people find new jobs. I'm gonna help you out. So that creator, I just wanna get something straight real quick. So she said that she finally got an interview after looking for jobs for a while. She goes into the interview. The interviewer's like, tell me about yourself. She starts telling about herself and the interviewer's like, I'm gonna stop you right there. You're not qualified. You don't have enough experience. Let's get something straight here. Do not be embarrassed. Do not be embarrassed. That is not embarrassing for you. That is embarrassing for the interviewer. That is literally mortifying and is the most cringe thing I've ever heard. It is Recruiter 101 to not bring somebody in for the interview who is not qualified on paper. Recruiter 101. Like, this is the most basic thing. And even if they do accidentally bring somebody in who they didn't mean to, you're damn straight they should sit through that whole interview out of respect for your time and hear them out. Anyway, that's not embarrassing for you. That is embarrassing for them. So let's move on from that and figure out how to get you a job. So you mentioned that you have a 4-year degree from a university. That is gold, not because of the piece of paper that you got, but because of the network that you now have access to. That is what you're paying for when you get a degree. You're paying for, of course, the actual things that you literally learn, but also the network that you now have access to because you went to that school. So I don't know if you were associated in any groups or anything, but those are extremely valuable to tap into. But just your alumni. Contact your alumni center, contact your career center at your university. Y'all, you don't understand. Some of those are game changers. I'm so glad I went to my career center my sophomore year of college. It got me my dream internship, and they can oftentimes have programs to help alumni, but also just go to LinkedIn. Go to LinkedIn, type in your university, go to the little alumni page, and search the companies that you're applying for, and you will be able to see people from your school who work at that company. All you gotta do is click connect, write note. Hi, my name is Erin. I am a fellow Eagle, whatever your mascot is. I saw that you currently work at Apple. I'm applying to a job at Apple, and I just want to know if you like working there. Just ask them an open-ended question like that, and they might say, oh my gosh, we're about to be hiring for a marketing coordinator. It's on the hidden job market. We haven't posted it yet. Why don't you send me your resume? Guys, these conversations happen every single day. I help people find jobs for a living. I see people have these conversations every day. Girl, if you are a part of a sorority or some type of other organization that's even more niche on your campus, you need to tap into that. It is not cringe. All you gotta do is go on LinkedIn. I want you to make a list of like 10 to 20 companies that maybe you applied for or that you're interested in working at. Go on, search those companies, and then search people that work there to see if there's any crossover with anybody that you know. That is networking. All you gotta do is shoot them a message. Hi, I'm Erin. I'm a fellow Eagle. I'm interested in working in this company. I just want to know if you like working there. Or would I be able to send you my resume? Or would you be able to point me in the direction of somebody who's in charge of hiring? I'd be really interested in learning more about pursuing a career at this company. There we go. So that's what I encourage you to do. Career Center, tap into that alumni network. It's all networking. Trust me, I help people get jobs every single day. This is how they're doing them. And don't be embarrassed. You seem like an amazing person, and any company would be lucky to have you. And I'm really, really sorry that you had that experience. So that's all I got to say now.
There's this like overall sense of, I'm going to be very honest. I'm going to be very free. I'm just going to tell it how it is. That is happening right now in interviews, and it is stifling.
Thank you for talking about this, because we're not talking about this, and we need to be talking about this because it's turning into an epidemic. Okay, first of all, let's get something right on the table. No one is more annoyed at corporate jargony speak than I am. Like, it is just so ridiculous sometimes, like optimizing ROI for synergistic partnerships. It's like, what are you talking about? Just say what you mean. With that said, I see a lot of young people, and I'm hearing about a lot of young people entering the workforce who have expressed that they wish that we could, stop talking like robots and just be human and just be honest and say how we feel. But there's a difference between like fluffy corporate jargon, like we all hate that, and just being a mature professional in the workplace. And anybody who's worked in like a professional corporate setting for a number of years knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like, don't confuse stupid, fluffy corporate jargon with simply learning how to speak like a professional. Because speaking and navigating your career as a professional and learning how to do that, because it is a skill, is to your benefit. Because it keeps the workplace from getting personal. You don't go to work to make friends, you don't go to work to make family, you go to work to do a job and to get paid. Like I always say, it's not personal, it's just professional, so don't make it personal.
What to do when you realize you kind of hate your dream job and are just now admitting it to yourself.
Erin, what do you do when you realize that you might kind of hate your dream job? Tell me more. Well, my whole life I thought that I wanted to be a nurse. I took APs in high school, I got into a good program, and now I've worked at a wonderful hospital for 3 years. And I'm just now admitting that I hate it. I don't want to do this anymore. I hate it so much. So what's holding you back? Well, I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of embarrassing. Like, I spent all this time and money on becoming a nurse. I just posted on my Instagram that I'm so proud to be a nurse. And now I'm just admitting that, like, I'm a fraud. And I actually hate it, so. Well, just because you enjoyed something for a little while, it doesn't mean that you have to enjoy it forever. And being sad about a decision doesn't make it the wrong decision. So what? You had your nursing era, where you worked in a hospital and you did a lot of great and important work. And now you're just entering your next chapter. Yeah. That's a good way to put it. So what do you think you want to do next? Well, I love being caring and nurturing. I hate the hospital system. Well, then maybe it's time to explore something tangential. A med spa, occupational therapy, a vet tech, a school nurse. There are a lot of options out there where you don't have to completely abandon your entire industry, but you can just do what you love in a different environment. And by the way, don't care about what other people are thinking. Everyone is way too worried about their own lives. It's time for you to start writing your next chapter. You got this, and follow for more. Ugh, I hate how bonuses are taxed at a higher rate. It's so unfair. Oh, yeah. That's actually a myth. What? A rumor, a complete misunderstanding. What do you mean? I just got my bonus and like 40% of it is gone, even though usually my taxes are like 20%. Yeah, okay, so your bonus is considered taxable income, which means the IRS taxes it the same way they tax your salary. The reason that more taxes were taken out of the paycheck with your bonus is because your income went up just for that pay period, which bumped you into a higher tax bracket, meaning your tax withholding was higher. But it all gets sorted out during your tax refund. Oh, so my bonus wasn't taxed higher, but the tax withholding was higher. Exactly. And you can always talk to your finance department to see if you can adjust your withholding so that you can get more of your bonus now so that you don't have to wait until your tax refund. So bonuses are not taxed higher than salary. That's a myth. Yep, total myth. I mean, I can see how it's confusing, but now you know. You got this, and follow for more. Hey, guess who's the new senior manager at ABC Company? What? No way. Oh my gosh, I accept. When do I start? Stop. Don't do this. When you get a job offer, do not accept it right on the spot. Instead, try this. Guess who's the new senior manager at ABC Company? Wow, thank you so much for your offer. I'm so excited to join the team. I'll review the offer letter and get back to you ASAP. All right, sounds good. Okay, so in the interview, we discussed a range of 160 to 190,000, and they offered me 165. I'd like to get 175, so I'm going to counteroffer and hope that they meet me halfway. A little negotiation is customary. Watch this. Hi Jen, thank you so much for your offer. Again, I'm so excited to join this team. I reviewed the offer letter. Considering my extensive background in operations and my risk management certifications, an annual compensation of $183,000 seems more in line with my market rate. I'd love to sign this offer as soon as possible. Are you able to help me get there? Thank you so much, Erin. Hi Erin, thanks for getting back to me. I'll have to talk to finance and see what we can approve. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Hi, so I spoke with my manager and the best that we can offer is $176 with a $2K signing on bonus. I'm really sorry this isn't the number that you're looking for, but I'm hoping we can still make something work. Hi Jen, thank you so much for advocating for me. I'm happy to accept this offer. Feel free to send over the revised offer letter and I'll have that for you today. You got this! And follow for more.
How to answer well-meaning but invasive questions during the holidays.
So, when are you going to be giving me a grandchild? I don't know. See, this is why I can never come home. You ask the most invasive questions like it's none of your business. Oh, yeah, you know what? I'd rather not talk about that right now. It's kind of a touchy subject for me. Why don't you show me what you're doing? Is that the cranberry sauce? So, have you gotten a real job yet, or are you still doing that internet thing? Yep, looking for a real job. What do you mean a real job? It is a real job. Why do you have to be so judgmental all the time? You know, believe it or not, being a content creator is just like running your own small business. Here, let me show you a brand deal that I got paid for last month. So, have we been dating? Do you have yourself a boyfriend? Yeah, I've been going on dates, I guess. That's really none of your business. Oh, we have much more interesting things to talk about and catch up on. How's your work going? So, you and your boyfriend been together, what, 5-6 years now? Are you, planning on getting married soon? I don't know. Yeah, he hasn't proposed yet, and it's a big problem between us, so thanks for making me feel like crap about it. Oh, I appreciate your interest in my life, but that is not something that I want to talk about right now. Do you want to do something else? Do you want to play cards? You got this, and follow for more. Erin, I feel like I just don't belong at this job. Why is that? Well, I don't know. It's just like everyone else here seems so qualified. Like they all graduated from great schools with fancy degrees and they're so well connected, and I don't have any of that. Oh, so how'd you do it? Do what? Well, break in here, of course. Wait, like here? I didn't break in. Oh, then how'd you get in? You just walked through the front door? Yes, of course. I work here. Oh, you work here? Like they hired you? Yes, they hired me to work here. I'm an employee. Oh, hello imposter syndrome. Nice to see you again. What syndrome? It's a psychological phenomenon that describes when a person doesn't feel like they earned or deserved what they have despite evidence on the contrary. But the ironic thing from what I see is that true imposters don't feel imposter syndrome. If you're in the room, you deserve to be there. And the feeling of imposter syndrome is just self-awareness and humility reminding you that you are human. Imposter syndrome is incredibly common, but you just gotta remember that no one knows what they're doing. Everyone's out here winging it, making it up as they go along. Alright, thanks Erin. I got this. And follow for more. Ugh, Erin, I want to quit my job so bad. So why don't you? Well, if I stay on until March, I get an extra 5% added to my bonus, so I'll just quit after that. Oh, the golden handcuffs. What? Did you say handcuffs? The golden handcuffs. It means when you feel locked into a job because of the benefits. If I were you, I would start looking for a new job, like today. But if I stay until my 3-year anniversary, I'll get my full 401k match. Golden handcuffs. It's a delicious carrot that they'll keep dangling in front of you forever. There will always be a reason to stay. It's engineered to keep you from quitting because it costs companies money to hire. Let me guess, you have a great salary, healthcare benefits, 401k match, but it all comes at the expense of... It's straight up toxic. Everyone is so competitive and the hours are insane. Yep, sounds like a classic case. I mean, honestly, no job is going to be perfect. And by all means, stay cuffed if you want to. But only as long as you know that you have the key and you can slip out whenever you want. No, I can't, because if I just stay until my 3-year anniversary... Yes, you can. There are other companies. Well, what if my next job doesn't have as good a pay and benefits? What if it does? Dang it, you're right. I'm gonna start looking for a new job. You got this? And follow for more. Thanks for coming in today. So I saw on your resume that it says that you were a server at Applebee's for 2 years. Oh yeah, you can just ignore that. You weren't a server at Applebee's? Oh yeah, well, I mean, I was during college, but I know I really shouldn't have that on my resume. I'll take it off. Well, why would you do that? We love to see service industry experience on resumes. You do? Yeah, I mean, 2 years of being a server while being a full-time student, that's impressive. Really? Yes, it shows you have good work ethic, customer service skills, patience, attention to detail, the ability to multitask. Yeah, I guess. Teamwork skills, initiative, you're quick on your feet, accuracy, collaboration, people skills. Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks. You got this, and follow for more. Good news, we're giving you a raise from $45,000 a year to $50,000 a year. Thanks, but no thanks. Why? Because that is actually going to bump me into the next tax bracket, and I'll actually be making less money. Wait, that's not how taxes work in the US. Well, what do you mean? I'm in the 12% tax bracket now. The next one is 22%. The math is mathin'. No, that's a common misconception. We have a progressive tax system. So your tax bracket isn't the percentage of your income that you're going to be taxed. It's the percentage of your money over a certain dollar amount that you'll be taxed. Okay, so for example, let's say you make $45,000 a year at the tippy top of the 12% tax bracket. So when you get a $50,000 raise, it bumps you into the 22% bracket. You are not paying 22% on all your income. You're just paying 22% on that extra $5,000 that bumped you into the next bracket. So yeah, your tax bracket might be 22%, but you're really only paying like 8 to 9% of your income on federal taxes. Got it. So just remember this, at least with taxes, you'll never be making less when you're making more. You got this, and follow for more.
How to speak more confidently at work.
Hey Erin, did you send me those files yet? Oh no, I didn't yet. I'm so sorry. I'll do that right now. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Doing that now. Oh, I think Erin just joined. I'm so sorry I'm late. I was stuck in another meeting. Hi, thank you all for waiting. What did I miss? Hey Erin, do you think you can come to a meeting this Friday at 10? Oh, sorry, no. Friday's not gonna work. 10 doesn't work. Can you do 11? Hey Erin, the client wants to know if you can send them the latest invoice. Oh no, sorry. I don't know how to send invoices. Oh, I'm unable to send invoices, but I'll check with David in accounting. So sorry for the delay. Hi Chris, I'd love to hop on a call. This is me, when I was in college. And here are 3 financial decisions that I wish I made when I was in college, but I didn't. So if you're in college or about to go to college, please watch this video because it can make you a millionaire. Number 1, open up a Roth IRA. Put at least $500 in it a year. That's $40 a month. That's like 2 dog walking sessions. Don't forget to invest it because if you do this at 18 and then you max it out every year until you retire, you will have around 3.4 million tax-free dollars. And every year that you put off doing this, even though your older brother is telling you to do it, but you think that you're too poor and it's too complicated, you lose time in the market, which is actually so much money. Don't wait, start doing it now. Number 3, get a credit card. Do some research, Google best student credit cards, put basic expenses on it, set it on autopay and pay it off in full every month. We are not going into credit card debt. And if you find a card you like, ask your friends if they have a referral link, because we'd much rather our friends get a little bonus than, some random internet thing. And number 3, abuse student discounts. There's this website called UniDays. You can upload your student ID and it consolidates like all the student discounts from across industries. Like everywhere has a student discount. And this can save you so much money. You got this, and follow for more.
How to answer why did you leave your last job in a job interview?
So, just one more question for you here. Why did you leave your last job? I don't recall. Take the 5th. My previous role turned out to not be a great fit, and management and I decided it was best to move on. I learned a lot in the time that I was there, and I'm eager to bring my skills to a new company. Oh, I got fired. Laid off or whatever. Gave that company 3 years of my life for nothing. Unfortunately, my company had to restructure and nearly my entire team was let go. It's a shame because I loved my previous role, but ultimately I'm grateful because now I'm able to pursue this role here at ABC Company. Oh, they would not give me a raise. Yeah, they kept saying, next quarter, after Christmas. But eventually I just realized that they were lying. While I really liked my previous role, it felt like the right time to move on. The role had become stagnant and there was very little opportunity for growth as a producer. Well, my last boss was a certified psychopath. I literally had to start going to therapy. There was a sudden shift in the management style at XYZ Company, and so I truly felt like it was the right time to move on and try something new. You got this, and follow for more.
How to answer the most annoying job interview question ever. Tell me about a time you failed.
All right, next question. Can you tell me about a time that you failed? I failed my driver's license test 4 times. Well, at my last job, I lost this huge account, but it really wasn't my fault. My coworker just refused to do her job, and my boss did not believe me. Next question. I don't really believe in the word failure. Everything is a learning opportunity. Oh, I failed econ in college. Okay, next question. Tell me about a time that you failed. In my previous role, I was in charge of this project that had a really tight deadline and a ton of moving parts. As the project manager, I was tasked with client communication, and I made the mistake of overpromising just to please the client. This led to the client being understandably irritated when I had to inform them that we were behind schedule. And as it turns out, the client chose to not renew their contract with the company. I take full ownership of my mistakes, and I use what I've learned to become a better project manager. I now know that being upfront and honest with clients is key to developing trust and fostering long-term relationships. You got this! Follow for more. So over the past year or so, through therapy, podcasts, personal development books, I've made all these really, really tiny tweaks in my language that have actually made a really big impact in my life, and so I thought I would share them with TikTok. Nobody spends more time with you than you spend with you. So obviously the way that you talk to you is the most important thing. For example, let's start with the basics. The first thing I did was swap out "I don't have time for that" for "it's not a priority for me." And this one kind of stings at first. But if it isn't the truth, for example, the most common one, "I don't have time to go to the gym." That's not true. And you want to know why I know that? I call it the celebrity test. If your favorite celebrity DM'd you right now and said, "Hey, do you want to get lunch tomorrow?" you would move mountains to make that happen, not because you had the time, but because you made it a priority. So instead of saying, "I don't have time to go to the gym," I just say, "I don't have the capacity right now to make going to the gym a priority." And why this matters so much is that you take it from "I don't have control over the situation" to "I have utter control over this." It just makes you admit that going to the gym isn't actually something you want to do right now. And that's okay. But it is your choice and it is your decision. So I have a bunch more. That's like the most base level one. Let me know if you want me to share. Okay, here's what you do if you get rejected from a job that you really, really wanted. Step one, and you have to do this one immediately. I want you to throw yourself a massive pity party. I'm talking sweatpants, your favorite takeout, some sad music, and just rot and feel your feelings for the night. Step two, you are going to wake up the next day and acknowledge the fact that this might have had absolutely nothing to do with you. They could have hired internally. They could have hired the CEO's nephew. They could have eliminated the position. This could have had absolutely nothing to do with you. Third, I want you to know that it's their loss. Some companies aren't actually that good at hiring. Like, if they knew how badly you wanted the job, like, they might have made a mistake. You might have actually been the better hire. Now, fourth, we're gonna do something that most people don't do and respond to that rejection email. What? You don't respond to rejection emails? That is like literally my favorite pastime. It's a great way to showcase professionalism and confidence. It's kind of a power move. And it keeps that door open. They didn't reject you from that company for all time. Like, maybe the person they hired doesn't work out. Or maybe they open up another position just like that next month. This is a networking opportunity. You just have to stay in contact with them. So be professional, connect with them on LinkedIn, and just stay in touch. I know it's a sucky feeling, but I promise it's all going to work out in the end. You got this, and follow for more. Okay, everybody, pandemic's over. Time to come back into the office full time now. We don't really want to. Why not? Well, because working at home is extremely convenient and comfortable. I also save money by not commuting, cooking at home, not having to pay for a dog walker. Well, I heard that people who come into the office more, they make more money, so. Oh, okay, so then why don't you give everybody who comes into the office a 30% raise? Well, that's not. I mean, if we're that much more productive in the office, why not financially incentivize us to come in? Well, it's not that people don't want to come into the office because they're lazy. It's just that there are no clear, tangible benefits to coming into the office besides a vague threat that we won't be promoted or get raises. However, for us, there are very clear costs. The pros of working from home or hybrid right now outweigh the pros of coming into the office full time. But if you give us a tangible incentive, like a bonus, a raise, more PTO days, then people might be able to justify coming back into the office full time. It makes a lot of sense when you put it like that. I don't want to come back into the office either, but you got this! And follow for more.
Do you think that people are ever scared to get better because they don't know who they are without their illness?
I do think that sometimes people use excuses a lot. Explaining something is not the same as excusing it. So
I always say that. And explanation is not always an excuse.
No, it's not.
You can explain I have this mental illness, but it doesn't excuse you going around hurting people.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're not doing anything about it, if you're not addressing it, if you're just complaining, that's on you.
Do you at some points, you'll be seeing somebody for a few years, not seeing a lot of progress, and have to kind of gently tell them?
Oh yeah, all the time. Like, I wish that I could say that like every single patient is the same level of ease, but no, like that would not make me a good doctor, right? I have like a range of patients that have challenges and others that at other times don't have challenges, right? Mm-hmm. So I do think that at the end of the day, therapy is not like a key. I can't like look at you and fix you. Like a lot of it has to do with yourself and like you're wanting to do the work.
To want to change.
You do.
Here are 3 things that you might be doing at work, and if you are driving your coworkers insane. Don't shoot the messenger. Number 1, you interrupt people, like, all the time. And this isn't like, oh, in that one meeting she interrupted me. No, this is like constant. And you might not even realize it, but it is driving the people that you work with. Number 2, you are constantly complaining about how sick and tired you feel. And I'm not talking about people who have chronic illnesses, okay? Lord knows those folks are trying their best to hide it. No, I'm talking about like self-inflicted sick and tired. Like you have made being tired your entire personality. Eat a carrot. Go on a run. Number 3, you are overly sarcastic. Like, all the time. Way too much. And this isn't the kind of sarcasm that's like funny. It's like, hey Steve, is there a report in the folder? No, it's on top of the Empire State Building. Like, just stop. It's just, it's just not that funny. I feel like I could.
13 schools, I got into 0. And it crushed me. And I honestly spiraled into what could be called a really low point for a period of time. I got a job at an office. I was doing some landscaping work and I was broke and I felt like the biggest freaking loser. I really thought that I had irreversibly ruined my life. I waited like a year bouncing around trying to make things happen. And then I applied to one school, Cal West, and they took me in on a 75% scholarship, which was...
Did you retake the LSAT?
No, I just applied again.
Oh, you just applied
And
again?
that's something that I hope other people realize is sometimes it's not you, it's the timing. I took it really personally because I was insecure.
Yeah.
So I projected me not getting into schools as some measurement of how smart I was. And it wasn't, because the same school that said no in one year said yes, and we'll give you some money to do it the next year.
Yeah, sometimes it really is the timing. I always tell people that.
How to say no to yet again another useless meeting getting added to your calendar. I mean, come on, this is getting out of hand.
Okay, well, I have to hop to another call. Okay, then I'm going to send another meeting invite for later today. No, I'm not sitting in any more meetings about this. This would be the 5th meeting we've had about this week. We don't need another meeting. Well, obviously we do need another meeting. We have no idea what we're doing. Because my team needs time and we're not in a meeting to actually work on it. Aaron, help me out here. Yeah, they're right. What? Research shows that 24 billion hours are wasted globally in unproductive meetings. And with the onset of remote work, the amount of meetings that we are forced to sit in on is only increasing. Well, we need to have meetings. I mean, how else are we supposed to work? Sure, you need meetings, but maybe just consider making them shorter. Ditch the 30-minute default and opt for a 5-minute meeting. You can also standing or walking meetings, which research has proven to be more productive. Also, you have to set a clear objective before going into any meeting so you know when you've achieved your goal. Okay, how about we do a 5-minute meeting later today where we just outline next steps and then we can all circle back on Friday. Works for me. You got this, and follow for more.
How to say no to yet again another useless meeting getting added to your calendar. I mean, come on, this is getting out of hand.
Okay, well, I have to hop to another call. Okay, then I'm going to send another meeting invite for later today. No, I'm not sitting in any more meetings about this. This would be the 5th meeting we've had about this week. We don't need another meeting. Well, obviously we do need another meeting. We have no idea what we're doing. Because my team needs time and we're not in a meeting to actually work on it. Aaron, help me out here. Yeah, they're right. What? Research shows that 24 billion hours are wasted globally in unproductive meetings. And with the onset of remote work, the amount of meetings that we are forced to sit in on is only increasing. Well, we need to have meetings. I mean, how else are we supposed to work? Sure, you need meetings, but maybe just consider making them shorter. Ditch the 30-minute default and opt for a 5-minute meeting. You can also standing or walking meetings, which research has proven to be more productive. Also, you have to set a clear objective before going into any meeting so you know when you've achieved your goal. Okay, how about we do a 5-minute meeting later today where we just outline next steps and then we can all circle back on Friday. Works for me. You got this, and follow for more.
What to do right after getting a rejection.
So you just got an email saying that you were rejected. You didn't get the job, you didn't get the internship, you didn't get the grant, you didn't get the fellowship, you didn't get into the school you wanted to get into. And you just want to write back to the person, I hate you, you suck, I suck, everything is terrible. Okay, well, before trying that, try this. Respond to them. Say thanks for your consideration. And then ask for feedback. This is a power move. It forces them to confront the reasons why they didn't hire you. And in the past, after a rejection, I once asked for feedback. They thought about it, couldn't think of a complaint, and asked me to come in for another interview. I don't know, just like try it out and see what happens.
How to answer what are your salary expectations when the salary range is listed in the job description.
So, what are your salary expectations for this role? I saw that the job posting said that the salary range was $80,000 to $110,000. Is that still the case? Yes. Does that align with your expectations? Well, it depends on other elements of the compensation package, but I would say that the higher end of that aligns with my expectations. Hey, great news! We'd love to offer you the job. Do you accept? Yes, I accept. Thanks, but how much is the pay? Double it, and we got a deal. Hey, great news! We'd love to offer you the job. Do you accept? Wow, thank you so much for your offer. I'm so excited to join the team. Would you mind emailing me the offer letter so that I can review the specifics? Sure. Okay, $105,000 a year plus healthcare, a 401k match. Okay. Hello, again, thank you so much for your offer. Considering my industry experience and additional skills in the new AI systems, an annual salary of $115,000 seems more appropriate. Can you help me get closer to that number? If so, I'm ready to start ASAP. We can meet you in the middle at $110,000. Does that work? I can agree to that. Thank you so much. Feel free to send over the revised offer letter. You got this! And follow for more. Psst, here's a life hack for getting paid maternity leave in the US even if your employer doesn't offer it. Ugh, I wish I didn't have to go back to work so soon, but my company doesn't offer paid maternity leave, and I have bills to pay. Oh, my company doesn't either, but I'm still getting paid almost my whole salary to stay at home for 4 months. What? How? This trick. I signed up for short-term disability through my insurance before I got pregnant. So I was able to take off 1 month before my due date, and now I get to stay home with the baby for another 3 months, all while getting paid 90% of my full salary. You can do that? Yup. And what if my employer doesn't offer short-term disability insurance? You can always buy private insurance yourself, but you need to make sure that your specific plan covers pregnancy. And here's the catch. You have to buy it before you're pregnant, or else your pregnancy is considered a pre-existing condition. That's weird. I know, it's all so weird. We need to find a better solution for families in America because while this is a start, it's still a struggle and it's not enough. You got this and follow for more. Hey, congrats on the new baby. How long are you going to be on maternity leave? Oh, I quit my job. I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom while my husband works. Sounds like a plan. But you know, you're still gonna have a little side hustler. Money on the side though, right? Why would I do that? My husband will be managing our finances. He would not like that. Oh, yeah, I mean, you don't need it. It's just, So you're gonna stay home with the kids, right? Yeah. And your husband is going to have his kids taken care of, and he's also going to have his career where he advances and makes more and more money every single year. Yeah. So we want to make sure that you always have as many options as he does. Because half of marriages end in divorce. And the reality is that a lot of stay-at-home moms get stuck in pretty sucky situations. If God forbid something terrible happens to their husband, they get divorced or there's abuse. Because we know that 99% of domestic abuse cases involve financial abuse. Exactly. We need to make sure that money is never something holding back women from doing what they think is right. Hey, do you think you could cover my shift on Friday? Yeah, I can do that. Thanks so much. Hey, do you think you could cover my shift on Tuesday morning? Sure, I can help out. Great, thanks. Hey, are you available to cover my shift on Sunday? Yeah, that's fine. Awesome, thanks. Hey, do you think you'd be able to cover my— No, I don't want to do this anymore. Do you think that I don't have a life? I don't want to go out and have fun too? I don't want to cover any more of your shifts ever again. I'm sorry, you never told me that you didn't want to cover my shifts. Well, isn't it obvious that I don't want to work more? Well, I don't know, I can't read your mind. I figured you maybe just wanted to pick up some extra cash. Oh. Remember, people can't read your mind. It's 100% your responsibility to communicate your boundaries in the workplace and in life. You got this, and follow for more. So, why do you want to work here? Oh, that one's easy. Money. Shh, no, don't say that. What? Who are you? Why not? Because they'll say this. Okay, we've seen enough. We might be in touch, but probably not. So then what do I say? I can't think of a reason why I want to work here. I just need a job. Okay, so here's a little trick. Focus less on the why and more on the here. What? So why do you want to work here? Why are you applying to Chipotle as opposed to like mowing lawns? Well, I don't know. I like Chipotle's food and I already have the menu memorized, and whenever I come in here, the employees seem pretty happy, and I don't know, mowing lawns is boring and tiring. I want to be in an environment where I can talk to other people and, maybe I could even get promoted to manager one day. Whoa. See? Thanks, Aaron. When I get this job, I'm going to give you a ton of free tacos. Follow for more.
How to respond when a coworker steals credit for your work.
Hey Jen, great job on that newsletter. Thank you. What are you talking about? I wrote that entire newsletter. You just sat in the corner Snapchatting some guy and eating Chipotle. Leave Chipotle out of this. Yeah, Jen, you really helped me out on that one. Excuse me, where is my credit? Hey Jen, great job on that newsletter. Thank you. Hey boss, have a minute? Sure. What's up? Thanks. So I'm really happy that you were satisfied with the newsletter. I just checked the analytics and we had a 60% open rate and a 4% click-through rate, which is great. I know that you had little oversight in our day-to-day, so I just wanted to let you know that while Jen did help out with outlining, I actually ended up writing and designing the entire newsletter myself. Oh, really? Huh. I saw her name on the project. Yes, but in order to get it done right and on time, I jumped in. I really enjoyed doing it, and I'm very happy that it's a success. And I'd be happy to officially lead these moving forward. Well then, I sincerely apologize for not giving you the credit. You did a great job. Thanks for telling me. You got this, and follow for more.
How to talk about a resume gap in a job interview.
So I see on your resume that there's a gap. Can you tell me about what you were doing during that time? Oh yeah, I was just a stay-at-home mom. Nothing but diapers and Cocomelon for 3 years. It was actually kind of nice, but I am looking forward to being around adults again. And money. Money's nice. Yeah, so I made an intentional lifestyle decision to step back from full-time work in order to care for my children. During that time, I attended workshops, conferences, and even started creating content related to my field. And I am stronger, more driven, and focused than ever. I'm so excited to dive back into full-time work. It truly feels like I didn't skip a beat. Yeah, I got fired. Well, laid off, I guess. Gave that company 3 years of my life, and that's how they repay me. Unfortunately, I was affected by massive restructuring and nearly my entire team was let go. It was hard for me because I really enjoyed the clients and my team, but ultimately I'm grateful because it's allowed me to pursue this role here at NBC. Oh yeah, that. So I actually got fired, and I haven't really been able to find a new job yet. Unfortunately, I was let go from my previous role. The role was challenging in unique ways, and although it turned out to not be a great fit, it was a fantastic learning experience. You got this! And follow for more. Listen, okay. If you have a job interview coming up and you're a little nervous about it, here's why you need to stop being nervous. You do not need to get them to like you. They already like you. They would not be interviewing you if they didn't think you were a good fit for the role. That would be a waste of time for them. They're not doing that. They looked at your application, they loved what they saw, and they just want to meet you in person. Listen, they are hoping and praying that you are the answer to their problem. You are the perfect person for the job because then they can be done with work for the day. They are not looking for reasons to reject you. They are looking for reasons to hire you. The interview is just a formality. It's a meet and greet. It's a personality thing. And it's a mutual thing. You're both looking at if you would be a good fit for each other. So go into that job interview, let go of trying to impress them. You've already impressed them. Be the solution to all their problems. That's all they want. Trust me.
How to answer where do you see yourself in 5 years for an internship interview.
Hi, thanks for coming in today. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? Okay, so in 5 years I'll be 20, 21. Well, my real dream is to be a travel blogger, so hopefully in 5 years I'll be a digital nomad. 22, 23. 5 years I'd like to be married, have a house, 2 to 3 kids, an Academy Award. Hi, thanks for coming in today. So where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's a good question. As I'm only 20, I'm very much aware that I still have a lot to learn about the industry. So my goal for the next few years is just to continue to be a sponge and learn about what careers are out there and what I'm passionate about. But with that being said, I'm definitely sure that I'm passionate about development and production for narrative work. Right now, I see myself living in a place like New York or LA and working in development, honestly, for a company like this one. I see myself listening to pitches, reading scripts, and working with a team to greenlight projects. The most important thing to me is that I make a positive contribution to the future of the film industry. Follow for more. Hello?
Hey, it's your mom. I broke down on the side of the road and I have a tow truck here, but my card isn't working and my phone is dead.
Okay, what do you need me to do? I can come get you.
No, I'm with the tow truck company now, but they won't take my car until I pay them, and I can't use Venmo because my phone is dead. I need you to call the tow truck company and pay them over the phone. I'll pay you right back when I get home.
Okay, yeah, just give me the number.
Okay, it's 555.
Don't do it. What? Because that, my friend, is a scam. No, it's not. That's just my mom. I recognize her voice. That's not your mom. Your mom's fine. It's an AI voice scam. Hang up and call your mom. But her phone isn't working. Okay.
Don't hang up. I need
hang
my
on,
help.
Mom.
Don't hang up. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, honey. Are you still coming home this weekend?
You were right. There are so many scams right now. Be careful out there. You got this? And follow for more. Hey, Erin, can my resume be more than one page? In my opinion, no. If your resume makes it past the computer, a prospective employer will spend, on average, only 7.4 seconds skimming it. More likely than not, they will never look at that second page. Noted. So what do you think about having a picture of myself in my resume? I personally recommend not having a photo on your resume. I know in some places in Europe this can be a requirement, but in America, I would recommend not doing this. It can lead to unconscious bias, and they're gonna see a picture of you and they inevitably Google you. Okay, that makes sense. What do you think about having my social media links in my resume? If you're applying to a job where social media is relevant, I would say yes. However, even if you don't include your social media links, they will find your social media when they Google you. So always make sure that you're posting clean content online, even if it's from an account where your name is not attached. Oh, you want to put that you worked at a daycare on your resume? Did you change diapers? Or did you maintain a clean environment, changing 30 plus diapers a day, potty training dozens of children, and regularly sanitizing surfaces? Did you watch kids? Or did you create a safe and nurturing environment for up to 15 children ranging from 9 months to 3 years of age, collaborating with 3 other caregivers? Did you talk with the parents? Or did you clearly communicate and coordinate with each parent to understand the specific needs and desires of each child? Did you teach the children? Or did you effectively interact with infants and educate toddlers working towards specific age-appropriate milestones? Did you feed kids? Or did you administer meals and any medications specific to each child's dietary restrictions? Did you play with the kids? Or did you create a fun and interactive environment, planning activities that both entertained and stimulated the children? Follow for more. Okay, day 2 of the push-ups. I'm gonna do the first 5 of my knuckles and I think the rest regular, or I'll see how many I can do. By the way, if you're trying knuckle push-ups, don't just go to it, look up the proper form or else you can crush your thumbs and break your hands. So, just putting that out there. Okay, first 5. I should probably take my ring off. 5, I can probably do. I'll leave it. I always overdo things. Okay, 6, 5, 4, 5. Okay. And now the 10. Breaking it up a little bit today. I just took my dog on a walk. And it's like that weather where it's like kind of misty. And so I still have yet to drink my coffee. My AG1. Probably should have done that before this. 4, 5. All right, 20. You're up. Okay, day 1 of the push-ups. Okay, I'm gonna try and do all of mine at once. Okay. No, Olive! No! Stop! No! Okay, wait. That was 10, I think, or 12. All right. 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, you're up. Okay, here's the tutorial. Size, everything is spell checked. And that is how you make a resume for free in Google Docs. Check out my other playlist for inspiration. You got this, follow for more. What? Did you know that the president is banning the sale of avocados? What? Yeah, he's straight up making them illegal. Like, goodbye guacamole, see you later avocado toast. He is like an actual dictator. Always coming after our right to brunch. I have to text my mom about this. Whoa, y'all, we need some media literacy here. What? The president didn't ban the sale of avocados? Where did you hear that? I read it in an article. I saw it on the news. Okay, I saw it on TikTok. Bingo. Let me see that. Okay, yeah, this is a satire account. That means all of their headlines are made up for social and political commentary. Oh, you're not alone. A 2020 study by the Knight Foundation found that Gen Zs are actually more likely than older generations to share fake news. But y'all gotta become media literate or we're all doomed. Well, how do we do that? Well, first you gotta know that each media outlet has bias. These gems are considered to be the most neutral and respected. Second, follow fact-checking sites like PolitiFact. Third, unsubscribe from news notifications and sensational news accounts. Swap out watching the news on TV or social media with reading or listening to it at certain parts of the day. And lastly, listen to the local news. Everyone's obsessed with international and national news, but your local news has more relevance in your day-to-day, so give that a little love too. Stay informed and stay vigilant. You got this, and follow for more. Yes, you should 1000% every single time reply to a rejection email, and here's why. One time I got a rejection email, it was for a film grant, and they told me that my application was not moving forward to the next round. So I responded very politely, I thanked them for considering me, and I asked again very politely why I was not moving on to the next round. Long story short, they reconsidered my application, and I won the grant. If you apply for a grant, a job, an internship, whatever it is, and you get a rejection email, respond immediately. Most people don't respond, they just move on. Don't be like most people. Use this opportunity to network. Maybe that role wasn't right for you at that moment, but another role next month might be. There's a ton of different ways to respond to these emails, but you know I have a template for you. Here's my template, feel free to screenshot. And here's an example. Dear Katie, thank you so much for letting me know and taking the time to consider my application. While I'm very disappointed, I want to let you know that I loved meeting the team and learning more about a career at HBO. Are you able to provide feedback on what I could improve on? Don't worry, it won't hurt my feelings. Feel free to be blunt. I hope our paths cross again very soon, and I wish you all the best moving forward. And remember, it's their loss. They'd be lucky to have you. Let me know if this helps and follow for more. Hey, great news! You got the job! We'd love to give you an offer. Really? That's amazing! I'm so excited. So, I know you wanted $75K, and all we can offer is $65K. However, in this role, you may be entitled to a bonus of up to 20% at the end of the year, which, you know, would put you at $78K. So, oh yeah, that sounds great. I'll take it. All right, end of the year, and I'm so ready for that 20% bonus. Your what now? Oh, my 20% bonus. The bonus that you said that I'd get during my offer, to get me to agree to a lower salary. Remember? Oh yeah, well, you know, we said that you may be entitled to up to 20%, so. Oh, okay, what does that mean exactly? Well, due to unforeseen circumstances in the macroeconomics of the industry plus inflation, and due to these unprecedented times, we had to tighten our waistband to make sure that we could stay afloat. So, no bonus. So sorry. Out of our control. Don't be like me, y'all. Bonuses are bonuses. They're extra. Always negotiate your salary so that you're comfortable with the number. And don't rely on a bonus. You've got this! And follow for more. Oh no, I spent way too much this month on my credit card. I can't afford this bill. Oh, no worries. You can just pay the minimum, which is only $20. I can pay just $20 for my credit card bill this month? Yup, and you won't be charged a late fee, and your account will remain in good standing. Oh, well, that's great to hear. I'll just pay that. Oh, hey, Aaron. What's going on? Okay, so while paying the minimum can help you avoid fees and penalties, you're still gonna get charged interest. But they said if I paid the minimum, I'd be fine. Yeah, from the bank's fees and penalties. But your monthly minimum does not prevent you from accumulating credit card debt. And credit cards have some of the highest interest rates of all. They can keep you in debt forever. Yeah, explain it to me like I'm 5. Okay, let's say you put $1,000 on a credit card with a 20% interest rate. Let's say the minimum payment is $25. When you pay that $25 minimum, you are still getting charged $16 in interest. So instead of your debt going down to $975, it only goes down to $991 because the majority of your payment is going straight into the bank's pockets. And that's how banks are rich. Whoa, so I shouldn't pay the monthly minimum? Well, not necessarily. The first step is to never spend more than you have and to pay your card off in full every single month. Treat it like a debit card, so you're not in the situation in the first place. But if you are, it's okay. We just need to set up a plan to tackle your debt fast. Wow, they really get you with this whole minimum payment thing, don't they? You're telling me. So confusing. You got this. And follow for more.
Why is this genuinely high school?
When you eat lunch and stuff, do you ever sit with anybody? Like, are you friendly with anybody?
I usually go sit in my car because I am so just like, anytime she had brought up to our boss, she'd be like, oh, I'm going to learn how to do this with the off coordinator. I'd be like, well, I would also like to be included in that. And then it just never happens, which makes me think that they're just doing it on their own.
Like trying to sabotage you. That's so wrong. That's so immature. This is middle school crap.
Yeah, and I'm just like, why is it that the plans are off as soon as I want to be knowledgeable? Like, I was just like, this is so counterproductive, and I'm so over it. They're just not friendly to me at all. Like, it's very apparent. Like, I get the cold shoulder from everybody, and as soon as like my coworker walks in, hi, how are you doing? How are you doing? And it's just like, oh, okay, cool.
How to ask about benefits in an interview, but like in a professional way.
So how many PTO days do you guys give? Because I'm not trying to work for a company that only gives like 2 weeks. At my current company, we have an accrual PTO policy, so I was wondering if this company has a similar setup. So I'm leaving my current company because they're forcing everybody to go back into the office, and I don't want to do this. So this is a remote job, right? Like actually remote. I know this job was advertised as being remote, but as more companies go back into the office full time, I was curious about the RTO plans moving forward. So how much does this thing pay? I didn't see a salary range listed in the job description, and I definitely want to make sure that we're aligned moving forward. Are you able to share the compensation details for this role? You got this, and follow for more.
How to answer one of the trickiest job interview question ever. Are you interviewing at other companies?
So, are you currently interviewing anywhere else? Well, duh, I need a job. You think I'm just going to interview at one company? Maybe. Maybe not. Are you interviewing other candidates? Yeah, actually earlier today I had an interview at Target, so... Okay. This question is tricky. If you say no, it might signal that you're not taking your job search very seriously. But if you say yes, it might signal that you don't actually want this job, you just want any job. So you have to be delicate with your approach. Try this. So, are you currently interviewing anywhere else? While I am particularly interested in this role and truly believe this is a fantastic fit, I am exploring opportunities at similar companies. Yes, I am considering roles at other companies, but to be fully transparent with you, this role is my #1 pick and priority. This way you reiterate to them that this role is something that you really want, but you're also an in-demand professional with a lot of options. People have an aversion to loss, so as long as you strike with the right tone, this answer can very much work in your favor. You got this, and follow for more.
How to not get gaslit during a job offer.
Congrats, we're gonna make you an offer, okay? $50,000 a year plus benefits. Sounds pretty good, right? Thank you, but I thought we discussed a number closer to $60,000 a year. So you're only a few years into your career, right? 5 actually, almost 6. You know, have kids. You know, somebody like you, they don't really need $60K, okay? Yeah, I guess you're right. What in the world is going on here? Oh, hey Aaron. Hey. What are you doing? We are giving this candidate some education. A little dose of reality. What they need is none of your business. Compensating fairly? Now that's your business. Hey, let's try it again. But this time, don't get sucked into their little story, okay? Stand firm. Thank you so much for your offer. However, that is much lower than I was expecting. So you're only a few years in your career, right? You don't have kids. You know, somebody like you, they don't really need $60K. Listen, I'd really like to take this role, but frankly, I'm a little surprised that you feel comfortable bringing up my personal life during an offer. Well, according to my research, for someone with my skill set in New York City, $60,000 is the baseline. I think we both want to make a fair deal here, something that we both feel good about. I understand. I will talk to finance and get back to you. You got this! And follow for more.
How to answer the most annoying interview question. Tell me about yourself.
Hi, thanks for coming in today. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Isn't everything you need to know pretty much on my resume? I had a rough childhood. My mom abandoned us. My dad was an alcoholic. I went to the University of Maryland and graduated with a bachelor's in journalism. Well, I like to play tennis. I have a cat named Carl. I'm allergic to peanuts. Hi, thanks for coming in today. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. Sure. So I'm from the DC area and I studied journalism at the University of Maryland because I want to stay close to home and eventually work in the news scene in DC. I currently work at Politico and I really enjoy my job there and the news stories that I get to cover. However, I've always been fascinated by the use of the audio medium to tell stories. And of course, it's always been a dream of mine to work for NPR, so I'm really excited to be here today meeting you and learning more about the opportunities here. And in my spare time, I like to go to Nationals games and go on runs with my dog.
Hey, great news. We'd love to interview you for the job. Let's meet at the tavern next Wednesday at noon. Wow, that's great. Wait, the tavern? Yeah, we've been having a lot of interviews lately, so we thought we'd do some over lunch. Hope it's not a problem. What do I do? Hey, don't worry. I got you. So, lunch interviews suck. That doesn't make me feel better. They're like so terrible. Really not helping. But if you follow my 5 tips, you're gonna be just fine. Number 1 is to treat it like a normal interview. So prepare all your answers, do your research, and dress up. Number 2 is to get there early and be extremely polite with every single person that you interact with. The waitress, the hostess, everybody. If they fill up your water, look at them, smile, and say thank you. Like you normally do, right? Number 3, in rookie error, don't order something that you have to eat with your hands. Order something that you can eat with a fork and knife and take small bites. So no sushi, no burgers, no pizza. Number 4, when the check comes, they should pay. If it's awkward, you can offer to split it, but they should pay for the bill. And number 5, lastly, don't slip. A lot of the times when people go to lunch interviews, they tend to feel more casual and relaxed, which means that you can let a few things slip that you wouldn't in a normal interview. Be sure to keep things professional and be on your guard. Follow for more.
People will come in and out of your life and teach you lessons. Some people, hopefully most people, will treat you amazing. And there will be a few who treat you like a piece of garbage. But no matter what, you can't control them. You can't control their behavior, what they say or what they do, but you can control what you say and do. That's where the whole boundary setting conversation came from, and why setting boundaries is so important. Setting boundaries isn't about trying to control what other people do. Not at all. It's just about saying what you will do and what you won't do. That's all it is. So, for example, if a coworker keeps asking you to do assignments for them and you're just like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. Saying something like, you need to stop putting all your work on me. That's not a boundary. That's not a boundary. A boundary would be something like this. I can't say yes to another assignment right now. I will let you know if my schedule frees up. It's firm, it's polite, it's got clear parameters. That is a boundary. I can't do this. I'm not willing to do this. I'm not going to be doing this. If something frees up later, I will let you know. Boom. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours.
How to get away from someone who will literally not stop talking.
So then I go up to him, and you are not gonna believe this. He says that he didn't know the meeting was set for Tuesday, but I sent him an email on Friday that he definitely had time to read on Monday. And this is where it gets interesting. I go in and I check his time card, and he's been billing this client. So then I walk over to Jen and just guess what I ask her. What? Do you know why Alex didn't show up to the meeting on Tuesday? And she says the craziest thing you'll never guess. Stop. Okay, so we've all been in the situation where we're thinking, I'm dropping all the hints. How do I get out of this conversation? So here's how you can do so swiftly and gracefully. And she says the craziest thing you'll never guess. Oh, Jim, I'm so sorry. I'm running late for something, but I would love to catch the rest of the story later. And he's been billing this client. Oh, well, on that note, I'm gonna let you get on with the rest of your day, but it was great to catch up, and I'll see you around. Do you know why Alex didn't show up to the meeting on Tuesday? Hey, sorry to interrupt your story. You'll have to excuse me. I need to use the restroom before the next event. But it was great to meet you, and I'll see you around. Don't worry about it. I'll see you later. You got this! And follow for more. Here's the thing about procrastination. We don't actually have a doctor's appointment 3 weeks from now on Wednesday the 17th from 3 to 4 p.m. Okay. I already forwarded you the email confirmation from the doctor's office, but...
Hey, wait, hold on. You don't need to be doing all that. I trust that you're going to the doctor.
Oh, okay, sorry. Also, I probably just missed it, but I haven't received instructions for the employee screen monitoring system yet.
Oh, no, we don't use any of that.
Oh, so how will you be monitoring my activity then?
Well, I just trust that you're doing your job.
You trust me?
Of course I do. I mean, if I didn't, that would be like... It would be like buying a car and always questioning if the brakes are going to do their job. That's why I only buy a car I trust, just like I only hire people I trust.
Oh, hey, I have a Subaru too.
Oh, see? I knew you were a good one.
Wait, you want to put that you were a teacher on your resume? What did you do, babysit kids all day? Or did you teach 35 second graders a Common Core aligned curriculum, improving annual test scores by 7%? Did you wrangle high schoolers? Or did you teach 95 students AP Bio at a nationally recognized STEM magnet school, improving exam scores by 17%? Did you make lesson plans? Or did you design, write, and implement engaging lesson plans for a variety of subjects, including history, art, and reading? Did you make special lesson plans? Or did you modify more than 20 assignments, tests, and exercises per quarter for students with IEPs? Did you keep track of your students? Or did you collect and analyze 35 students' academic progress by regularly updating 35 weekly reports? Did you start cool programs? Or did you create and direct an after-school geography club in which 6 students went to the regional competition? Did you talk to parents? Or did you collaborate with administrators to coordinate 190 one-on-one parent-teacher conferences for the academic year? You got this, and follow for more. I heard this amazing negotiation tip. It's called mirroring. Mirroring? Yeah, it's this psychological communication technique that helps with everything from networking, pitching, negotiation, even negotiation. Oh yeah, I mean, I work in sales, and at first it was a little weird, but then you get better at it and the clients don't even notice. It's like magic. Magic? Tell me more. Okay, so it's really simple. All you do is basically take the last few words a person said and repeat them back to them. Wait, just repeat it back to them? Yes, so for example, if I'm asking my boss for a raise and he's like, we just don't have it in the budget, then I would say, don't have it in the budget? Yes, exactly. So then I would say, wait a second. Y'all, mirroring can be a great negotiation technique. If you're in a situation where you're trying to get something from someone and they are not budging, try mirroring. People subconsciously like to hear their own thoughts being repeated back to them, and it makes them feel less defensive when they feel like they're being heard. So mirroring can be a very strong way of showing that you're connected, collaborative, listening, and eager to move forward. You got this, and follow for more. Hi boss, I found a better job, so I quit. I'm gonna take the $5,000 in my 401k and go. Yeah, make that $0. What do you mean? The company offered me a 5% match. I'm entitled to that money. Guess you didn't read the fine print. We have a vesting schedule, meaning if you leave the company before 1 year, you get 0% of your 401k match. What? That's a thing? What if I stay here for another year? Then you would get 25% of your 401k match. Well, how long do I have to work here to get 100% of the match? At this company, you have to work here for 5 years. What? Is this a scam? No, actually only 28% of companies offer an immediate 401k match. We do this to keep you working here longer. Well, I'm glad I know this now. I'm definitely going to be asking about vesting schedules at my next job. Follow for more.
How to deal with a passive-aggressive coworker you're forced to work with.
So, it looks like you're on this project too now. Yeah, it seems like a cool project. So do you have any vacations that I should know about? No, I don't think so. Why? Oh, it's just that last time we worked together, you were like gone the whole time, so I wasn't sure if that was just something that you do a lot. Oh, yeah, I had to go to a funeral. For a week? Wow, well, I'm glad that you got some time off and that we're all ready to work this time. What do you mean by that? Am I sensing that you're upset with me? I'm not 100% sure, so please correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, look, I'm really bad at dealing with passive aggressiveness. Can you just tell me straight up what's bothering you so we can talk it through? That was a really rough time for me. Sorry if any lack of communication on my part resulted in more work for you. You got this! Follow for more. Hi, so this meeting is about your performance. You haven't been hitting your numbers and we have given you a lot of grace. Well, yeah, I mean, I just disclosed that I'm pregnant and then my workload gets really heavy out of nowhere. I told my boss I've been working like 80-hour weeks. We understand, so here's what we're going to do for you. Instead of firing you, right? We are going to give you the opportunity to voluntarily resign. So you don't have to say that you were fired, right? You can instead say that you left on your own terms. So you're basically giving me the opportunity to quit instead of getting fired? And if you do choose to voluntarily resign, we're also going to pay you a 2-week severance to help you out. I don't think I deserve to get fired, but if it's gonna happen, I guess I'd rather it happen like that. Well, I'm happy to hear that, and we're so sorry this didn't work out. Just sign the document right here. Hold your horses there, cowgirl. What? Who are you? Do I smell a voluntary resignation? Yeah, they said if I sign this that I get severance and I don't have to say that I was fired. And did they also tell you that this is their way of legally and financially protecting themselves? Because if they actually did fire you, they'd be opening themselves up to a nasty lawsuit and would probably have to report to unemployment insurance? No, they didn't. Look, it's a win-win, okay? Did you say that your workload became unmanageable after you disclosed your pregnancy? Yeah, it did. Well, I'm not telling you what to do, but you do need to be informed about your rights and your options. So, take that document at home, read it carefully, sleep on it, and then make a decision that's in your best interest. You got this! And follow for more.
How to answer a low-key tricky interview question. Why did you leave your last job?
If I was to be made president of the working world tomorrow, here are some things that I would immediately implement. Number 1, no more cover letters. Instead, there will be an option for you to upload a picture of your pet or further highlight why you are a good fit for the role, but no more to whom it may concern. Number 2, 4-day work weeks. Remember growing up when it would snow and you would have a 2-hour delay? So everyone would get to sleep in and then you go to school and then you would accomplish the exact same amount of work that you would have accomplished on a normal day? Yeah, it's kind of like that. So let's just do it, okay? It'd be good for the economy. Number 3, tuition free, public university, community college, and trade school. But if we make college tuition free, everyone's just gonna go. Yeah, having an educated populace would be a good thing. But Erin, how are we going to pay for it? I don't know. I'm not the numbers girl, I'm the ideas girl. But we could start by actually taxing private universities that have billion-dollar endowments that are considered nonprofits. Next up, music in all public bathrooms. And I want this to be enforced, especially in the workplace, because no one deserves to go into a stalled bathroom and hear their boss peeing. And urinals, how do you guys do it? Just some light jazz. Not too much to ask. Heavily enforced. Number 5, no more job ghosting. If you interview somebody over the phone, over video, in person, they are entitled to an update within 14 business days. Or jail for like 20 years. I'm turning into kind of a dictator. Next up, no unpaid internships. How did we let that become a thing? Seriously. I know the whole college credit thing, but like throw a dog a bone. College students are already struggling as it is. And not to mention the kids that can easily afford unpaid internships probably won't need them. And lastly, no more status stalking. In fact, no more status away, offline, available feature, nada. You really shouldn't have to buy an automated mouse jiggler off Amazon to keep your boss off your back at your remote job. I'm pretty sure you don't get paid to jiggle your mouse. You get paid to do your job. So, vote for me.